Alright. What's going on, mi familia? So, as requested you guys a while ago, you guys wanted to learn about crypto mining. Well, we're going to learn about crypto mining, guys. Now, it's not hard. It does require, though, a decent chunk of change out of pocket. So, again, I'm going to show you guys the basics of GPU mining. Not in any way, shape, or form. I'm a financial advisor. I like doing this. It's something new that I learned, and it didn't take me very long to learn and make some easy money. I know it's kind of weird, but it costs a lot of money to start, but once done correctly and implemented right, it literally just makes you money. Now, how much you say? Well, it depends on the video cards. So right now I'm going to be tearing down this GPU miner. This is my GTX 1660 Super setup. So I'm going to be tearing this down because I'm building a new rig, using a different type of enclosure to keep everything more to stack it. That's kind of my design now. I want to just start stacking GPUs instead of what's it called? How can I say? Instead of racking them across the wall, I'm going to stacking them straight up, and then we're going to build a cooling system in front of it so it does a better job cooling overall. I built all my rigs literally with spare parts. Most of my rigs have cost me literally dollars to maybe $100 tops. This is my Plex rig. I use this one for mining and for my Plex server for my kids. So it does double duty, and it does not affect the actual overall performance of my server. So it's awesome. Right now we're using 1660 Supers from Pci. They're dirt cheap. Well, not dirt cheap. I mean, they're expensive, but the overall usage is, how can I say, is cheap. So if you're worried about your electrical bill, this is probably the best cards you can buy right now for the lowest amount of wattage you can get per card. Now there's another card that we just started getting. We actually were able to pick up some 6600 XTs. Now those cards have the same amount of hash rate, but only use about 80 watts. These cards at I think 75 watts or 80 watts pump out 31 hash, which is phenomenal. You really got to think about that wattage versus hash rate. These are freaking insane. These GPUs just pump out like hash at very, very low wattage. What's going on? Alonzo, give me a hug? Alright. Come here, Nanny. Oh. Go inside, go inside. Go. Nanny. So, had to say goodnight to my kids. So these cards again pump out a ton of hash per wattage. It's insane what they can actually do. I know it doesn't mean much. 30 hash is not very much, honestly. It's not very much when you think about it, but when you see it as an overall picture, it's a ton. So right now what I'm removing are my risers. Now these pretty much separate the motherboard to the GPU, and this is how you mine. We're going to show you how to do it all in just a second. I'm taking apart this whole setup so it makes it quick. Now I just taught myself how to do this. YouTube is phenomenal, by the way. YouTube got me into this like legitimately within a month. Once I understood it and understood how miners work and how the technology works, I started pumping out, using my first desktop and then going from there pretty much. My one desktop had a 5700 XT, which is one of the best GPUs out there for mining right now. If you got one, use it. It's got a 50 hash rate. It's insane for such an old card. It's one of the best GPUs for mining, period. Dollar for what it's worth and for what it can actually make. If you know how to tweak the 5700 XT, it'll hash you out about 51 to 52 and reap about $4 a day. I know that doesn't mean a lot, but if you build a whole rig just doing that, it's insane profits, like insane. But I don't have that card. I only have 2 of those. They're very hard to come by right now because a lot of the miners are getting them. Now again, we're tearing down this mining rig for me to start building the new rig. And I'm gonna get ready to start upgrading fans down the road to some much better stuff. I'm kind of over these cheap fans. I learned my lesson from buying cheap fans. So yeah. Now I use 800 watt power supplies or 750 watt. Yeah. Bronze. I should be buying better ones, but since I'm using such low wattage video cards, it's not that important technically. Personally, I think. I could be very wrong, but from what I've been doing lately, I haven't noticed much of a difference going to a very expensive power supply to a very cheap power supply. These are all bronze rated power supplies, so I think I'm in good hands right now with this style. I could go to like gold certification, but I'm not buying crazy higher end cards, so I'm not as concerned. Give crypto? I'm down to give some crypto. You know? But this is not like a, how can I say, not much of a, I'm doing a basic tutorial from beginning to end. Showing you guys how to actually load up your software and everything. So I'm tearing apart this rig so you guys can see like what is required to build a rig. Again, it's extremely basic. I know it looks overwhelming because there's a lot to it, but it's just a lot of wires. It's not like a lot of equipment. It's just a lot of wires. So next I'm removing my fans. How much money I make? I make about $1,000 a month with my current setup right now. My goal is to double that by the end of the year, and literally use it to pay bills. That's legitimately the end goal of my current setup. Right now, what I'm using with the current amount of money is to literally put it back into the rigs and make more mining. Now, to get around $1,000 to $1,000 a month, you're looking at about 500 to 600 hash rate. Okay. Now, to put that in perspective, okay, guys, to get about that hash rate right now, if you shop for GPUs, if you shop and if you know what you're doing, you're looking at about $500 to $600 per 30 hash. Okay, that's how I've looked around about the average in price. Now, I got lucky because I've been able to buy a bunch of GPUs for a lot less money, shopping around and buying used equipment, and just finding cards on the cheap side. So you can definitely do it. Right now my whole setup is 600 hash, which again by the time I'm done, it's about $7,000 invested, maybe a little bit more, but I've already paid off about almost half of it just by mining. So if you guys are willing to fork out the money up front, you can pay off your entire setup if you're smart. If you have a good solar system in your house, if you have good solar panels, because if you're paying right off the bat electricity dollar for per watt, it's going to be very expensive. Depending on where you live, it can get very, very expensive, and then you won't make any actual money. You'll probably get half of that per month if your house isn't prepared for this type of electrical demand. But smart again, if we're going to reinvest all your money that you make and reinvest it into either more different a variety of coins, or into like your solar equipment, you can definitely get away with a lot. I mean, our solar setup here at home legitimately puts us at like, I think, $1 a day. Hey, babe. I'm a zonk, a jack of all trades. I love it. Yeah. So, again, if you have a proper solar setup and you live in a good area where electricity is very affordable, and if you use your solar, you can get away with almost 100% profit mining. You guys got to know, like I said, how to do it. Now, the next thing you guys got to learn how to do is shop for video cards that are efficient. That being said, you need to get into low hash rate or high hash rate, low wattage. AMD's 6600 XT, 6700 XT, and a 6800 XT. I'm gonna put it up here right now. Say, probably the best cards you can get on the market that you can actually get a hold of and not spend as much money over time with electricity. They have extremely good hash rates and very, very good dollar per watt, I guess, usage, if you want to describe it like that. So right now I'm almost done. Move this frame, and now you guys gonna see my new rig. There we go. This is what we're using now. Now this is really cool because it's stackable. It goes straight up, and it holds about 10 video cards really nicely, and very, very clean rack style. It's got tons of mounting spots for fans. So this is probably the best rig I was able to find for a very affordable price on Amazon. This guy's $129. I bought 2 of them. The other frames that you guys saw that were in the video, the one I just took apart, that is going up for sale, guys. If you guys want to build your own little miner, hit me up. I can definitely get you, sell it to you guys. I'll tear it all apart and send it to you. It's I'm looking at about 80 to 90 bucks for that frame. Alright, so right now I'm trying to find out where this board lines up to. Yeah, I just got my new monitor. My other one took a poo-poo, and good thing I had a warranty on it. Let me see, where does it want us to put the board orientation? Because this is not me matching up with my motherboard. Okay, hold on here, because this is the back end, this is the front. Okay, because this is where the power supplies go over here, so it has to, here we go, that's where it goes. I knew it went like right here somewhere. Okay, so that's the mounting. Okay, so you gotta find the orientation really quick. Once you do, take this guy out, and then they're gonna give you these little things called risers. These little guys go here, and all the holes. Ha, dongle. You dumb Lon. Oh yeah, Lon's he's like my little groupie. I love him. We had lunch today. Aww. We had a lunch date today. It's so romantic. So Mickey, I'm not that smart, man. I'm not even close to NASA smartness, but I appreciate the kind comment there. I appreciate it, man. So Mickey's friend. Yeah, risers, standoffs, exactly. Different terms for them. Now, I'm going to show you guys a little secret. It wasn't lunch, it was a date. So, you see this motherboard. This is actually a bit miner board. As you can see, it's got a ton of PCI Express ports. Now these are PCI Express one time. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Problem is, I think 2 I can't use because it's the CPU cooler's there. Again, I'm cheap. This CPU cooler came out of like a Dell Optiplex or Lenovo ThinkCenter, and that was in the trash can. I literally just tore it apart and jerry-rigged it to make it work.
You salvage stuff.
Yeah, I mean, this literally came out of a trash can. The CPU came out of the trash can. The RAM was actually in a trash can as well. So everything on here literally came out of trash. The board I bought from one of your friends, actually, Lon. He sold it to me, and then I bought that. And then this is actually part of the Plex server. So this is our media server slash mining unit. So yeah, I mean, I am definitely a trash digger when it comes to computer stuff. Frankenstein it, yeah. Nani? Honey. So, There's that. Now what I'm doing is screwing down the risers, motherboard uppers, whatever you want to call them. I'll show you, Gabe, in just a minute. We're going to show you everything. We're building the whole thing from scratch. So there's that. Now we put the board down. Now I've only used two tools, a little needle nose and a Phillips. That's all I've used for this entire build. There's not much when it comes to building one of these. For this mining system, we're going to be using 1660 Supers and the brand new that just came out 6600 XTs from AMD. Albertstein? I like that. I like that, Samiki.
Albert Steen.
Albert Steen. When?
It's Friday. 2 exams, actually.
Nice.
Actually, 3 exams.
On this one, I can use 13. I can do 13 video cards. You can't be running PCI 4, 8, 16. No, it's all PCI 1 times. So PCI Express 1, 1 time speeds. Don't need anything faster than that, because everything runs off a USB. Alright, so there's the motherboard done. So the next step is to do our fans, I think. Yes, well, kinda. I mean, you can see right here. This is a 1660 Super. It's a single fan design. It's extremely low wattage. And a very, very low heat design. I love these. The problem is that the price is inflated so much. It's a $200 video card now for $500. It's stupid. So I'm going to show you guys what you need. Hey, I'll take one if you got one, Lon. It'd be definitely cool, so I can definitely see what it's doing. So right here, this is a Pci Express Riser, and I'll show you how it works. So here's the Pci Express. You put the video card on here. You give it a power source, so you can either use SATA or 4-pin Molex, or you can use 6-pin PCI Express. And you also got right here a USB 3.0. So this is what we call a PCI Riser. So this right here is the chip that converts the port into a USB cable, just like this. So you'll see that this goes into the board. So I'll show you guys. I'm not going to use this one because this is brand new out of the box. So we'll use the ones we already have. So now we're gonna do one. Okay, we're gonna show you guys one. I'm gonna put one. Let's see how far I can get it in. So that one fits right there. Okay. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 GPUs I can run off this motherboard. Okay, so that's installed. Pretty straightforward, nothing crazy. We grab a GPU, like so. Oh, dang, yeah. We put the GPU right here. Okay. Sorry guys, my daughter is a little on the moody side right now.
I know. I'm sorry.
So,
Let's go.
alright, Mama.
Eddie's coming. Come on.
Ay, ay, ay. She got louder. So, you guys can see right here off the bat. Let's see how I get you guys a little bit closer here. So you guys can see right here. Here's the GPU, the USB cable that goes down into the motherboard, and that's it. Now we just got to give it two power sources. One that's over here, and one that actually powers the video card. This right here, this power source down here below, is what powers the actual riser itself. This little card right here requires power. So it has one down here or here. It has three options. So 1, 2, or 3. And then the USB, and then your video card. So pretty straightforward. So now we're gonna mount all our cards all the way across. Now keeping in mind, we don't want to how can I say, you don't want to keep them too close to each other, because the closer the video card is, the heat's gonna circulate. So if you set up your card like right here, like legitimately like a quarter to half an inch away from the other card, this little fan's only gonna suck in so much air, and it's just gonna generate more heat. So typically what I do, depending on how big of a rig you're doing, I tend to be about 2.5 inches, just about like that. That way the fans back here are pumping air in here, and that air is going to be circulating a lot better and more effectively for us. Yeah, it's just a USB extension cable, Lon. It's a USB, I think, A to A. So, yeah, nothing special. So we're going to run all our GPUs all the way across. Now, if we keep the pattern, we should have pretty much a space of 2 holes per GPU on our setup. Now I like using thumb screws because if I ever have to pull these out and I don't have a screwdriver to get to it quick, a thumb screw is super simple. Doesn't have to go on super tight. It just makes life a little bit easier. Now I'm hugely like anal when it comes down to wiring, so this new rig I'm gonna be very cautious in how I wire it up, because I really want to keep wire management a thing in this, because I want cooling to be optimized as much as possible. Even though these video cards run extremely cool, I still want them to run as cool as possible. It's a pretty important factor to me. Yes, you can use mismatched GPUs, which actually we're going to be doing right now, because I just used all my 1660 supers, and now I'm going to actually put in 6600 XTs in here. So this is the AMD 6600 XT video card. This is pretty much probably the best bang for your buck in mining right now. Extremely powerful for gaming, actually. It's a really good 1080p video card, but it gives you about 32 to 33 hash rate at 80 watts. This thing is phenomenal. Beast of a miner. So, video card, GPU riser, or extension, I guess you want to call it. Slap that sucker in. Make sure it locks in the back. Just like that. So you see now, all our GPUs all the way across. We got one more to put in. And go grab another riser. So I bought a bag of new risers because I knew I was going to get into some more GPUs. I don't know where they are. I just had them. Well, this is lame. Oh, here they are. Alright. So, another GPU riser right here. Fresh out of the packet. Just like that. Put this guy as far back as I can go. And there you have it. Now we have 2, 4, 6, 8 GPUs set up. Get them all nice and snug. Okay, so now with all 8 GPUs installed, the next step is to pretty much run your wiring for each GPU. So we're going to work our way down. So you want to kind of split it. Do it, man. It's actually, believe me, it's worth it. I do have another option for you. You can put your GPU in one of my rigs, and I will give you a percentage of what it mines, because I can track what one GPU can do by itself and give you a percentage based off of what it mines. That is an option for you, buddy. So what I'm going to do is I actually got 2 1070 Ti's that I have on loan from a friend because he's renting pretty much a space with me on my GPUs. So he gives me a percentage and he gets a percentage of what I mine. Simple as that. So we're gonna wire all these up right now. It's again this simple, it's not that hard. Now the reason why I bought two mining rigs, mining frames, because I'm going to stack this and I'm going to put a separate board on top, but most of the GPUs are going to be tied into this board. So yeah, these are R-line blue cables. Yep. You stupid Lon. Because technically I can run 3 more GPUs on this without any issues. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab all the wires and kind of get them all nice and kind of tangled together here. I'm going to zippy tie them. Not with actual zip ties, but with Velcro. Because these I tend to do separate from the power wires. Now, when increasing the quantity of GPUs, you guys have to understand you have to increase your cache on your motherboard, or not your motherboard, your temporary cache. No, your page file, I'm sorry. Your page file on the OS. So you have to do a lot of page filing to the hard drive versus the RAM, because I only run 16 gigs of RAM and it's not enough to run this many cards. So it's something that you guys have to figure out down the road, because you'll get some crashes. When they start crashing and it gives you like a weird error where there's like, it says not enough memory, it's because you're running out of page file memory. And it took me a while to figure that out. I actually had to do a lot of Google research to figure that problem out and actually solve it. Because this rig was crashing a lot until I actually increased the page file size, and that fixed my problem. Okay, so all of them are wired up for the board itself. The next step now is to set up the power supplies, which are super easy to do. Actually, no, we can do the fans. We can actually run the fan. No, I'm going to do power supply first. Power supply first. Right here. So the power supplies mount actually on one on each side, just like that. Now, because I use such low wattage GPUs, there's a little cheat you guys can do with these GPUs. You can daisy chain them with the power supply. It's actually really cool because it's such low wattage. It doesn't affect the power supply. If there were higher wattage power supplies, then it would be not a good thing. I mean, higher wattage cards, and then it wouldn't be a smart thing to do. But I'll show you guys in just a minute when I get there. So they give you these little metal clips here. These are just for you to mount the power supply in its spot, like that. Just a little brace. Now, 2 power supplies does not mean that you're using twice the amount of electricity. It just means you're splitting them up. If you want a lawn, I got a spare mining rig if you want it. You know, just pay for the rig. It's like $60. I mean, mining rig frame. I got a smaller one that I'm not going to be using anymore. It's already built and everything. I can bring it in. I can bring it over to work tomorrow. Okay, so there's that one. And I can hook you up with the risers too. I got a bunch of extra risers. Just give me like 10-15 bucks per riser. Yeah, man, why not? I thought the same thing for fun, and then I got really addicted to it. Okay, so I saw its potential, for sure. And I'm telling you guys this, just from personal experience, it makes money. And it makes good money. There are some really cool stuff out there to definitely look at. Different mining pools, because you can't just mine one area. You have to go do your research on what pool you want to get into. There's some really good pools out there that give you really good profits right off the bat. I know this sounds like mumbo jumbo, but I'm telling you guys, do your research. There's a lot of places where you can mine, and again, you can casually mine. You know, just turn on a rig and let it mine while you're going to bed. You know, just do it every time you're going to bed. That's it. You know, you don't have to do this full time. You know. There we go. Now the power supply is installed. Now it's time to... Oh, it gets heavier. Now it's time to wire it up. So first things first, we gotta wire up the motherboard. No, no motherboard, Lon. It's just a frame. You have to supply your motherboard and everything else. I just got a frame for you. So what I'm wiring up right now is just the CPU and I mean the power supply to the motherboard. Okay, and we're gonna do some wire management, some like crazy wire management in here. So because I really want this to look much better than it was before. So remember I was talking about the daisy chaining? Oh yeah. No, definitely, man. There's not much. I mean, as long as it's a CPU that's not as old as like I say no more older than 5 years, you're fine. I mean, most of the stuff I use is literally like Intel 6th generation, like i5 or i7s. It's because they're so cheap right now. You can build it for, again, for as cheap as possible. I am building mining rigs for under $100. It's not hard to do. It's just people got spare parts out there. You don't need a lot. It's mostly RAM and hard drive. 16 gigs of RAM is this perfect for mining, and a good like 256 512 hard drive is it. That's it. That's all you need to get started. I'm not even kidding. And remember how I was talking about daisy chaining? You'll see here, I got my my PCI Express over here and PCI Express, so that's it. That's how I got 2 video cards powered. And I've been doing this for months and it's never given me a problem. So, yeah, this is how I build my rig. Okay, so now I got 4 GPUs with power now. Now we're gonna power the actual we're going to power the video cards themselves now. And we're going to be using SATA cables. So I got 2 right now powered. And then we're gonna wire manage all of these together. Nice and snuggies. Yeah, I'll get you the right motherboard. I'll help you get the right motherboard. Again, there's not much to get. It's so basic. Now what I'm focused on right now is airflow. Now you'll see all my wiring is down below. It's actually below the fan line. So these fans right here are going to pump air right into them perfectly. That's kind of the goal when you set these up. You want as much direct air contact as possible. That way your airflow is optimized beautifully. So right now I got 2 GPUs powered. I'm gonna have the 1, 2, 3, 4 more powered, and then I gotta figure out how to power the other 2. Over here. That shouldn't be that hard. So let's give these guys some power. The reason why I want everything underneath, again, is for airflow. The better your airflow, the cooler your cards will run and the longer they will last. Plain and simple. You want your cards to die within pretty much a matter of weeks of you owning them? Let them overheat. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 GPUs powered. Let's see, number 5. Number 6. We got another static cable here for 7 and 8. This is going to be a tight fit for this one. Okay. So there's that. Right? Bitcoin farm, even though I'm not mining Bitcoin, but yeah, pretty much to the point. Okay, so now we're going to do the next 2 GPUs here. Right underneath. Okay, there's that one. We got one more set of GPUs to power, and we are done. We got a whole rig set up, and then all I got to do now is wire up the power switch, and we're ready to go. There you go. This is going to be my fan. To power my fan right here. The only thing that's left is just for the fans. And yeah, 430 ain't going to work if you want to mine. You can't mine. It has to have 6 gigs or more of a VRAM for mining. But a GT30 is a nice card. Not a bad card at all for basic gaming. Alright, so now since we have this as our fan source, now we're getting ready to mount some fans. Now I use Thermaltake ring fans. They're really nice fans. Only problem is that they don't push a lot of air, unfortunately. So we're going to go away from Thermaltake rings, and we're going to get into what's it called, better high performance fans down the road. Here's one. It took a lot longer than I expected. But we got it. Yeah, my next set of fans are going to be anywhere from 2,500 to 3,000 RPMs. They're going to be very loud, but they're going to do what I need them to do. And that's cool. So, again, if you're at a lawn, when I'm ready to buy my other stuff, I mean, I can get you going with some fans, your frame. One of these random ones I have here. They work though, so I can't complain. See, everything else matches except for this one. It's okay. I'm not gonna cry about it. Not yet. Okay, so now that all the fans are plugged in, got one spare fan. Don't really need it right now. I'll worry about that one later. So, this one, I can mount it on the board. It's got like one 3-pin connector on the board, I think. Yeah, it does. It's got one. I guess I can just put it there. And right there, done. Now these guys, we're gonna give them a little knot right here. Because these are all going to go together. And then pretty much daisy chain them 2 at a time, not all 4. And then these are called Molex connectors. These are old school power connectors. Just like that. So once these are all done, kind of you bunch them up, I guess. Kind of like that. Nice little ball. And zip tie them together. Or Velcro. Again, they're just going to sit down here. They don't have really any purpose. Okay, down below, there's not much you need to worry about cooling. All your cooling is done up here with your GPUs. As long as your CPU is, you know, mildly used, it's never going to get hot. Period. I mean, I've yet to get my CPU 34, 35 Celsius, so it doesn't get that hot. Last part of the build is wiring up the, not wiring up, but powering the main board here. The main board runs off of Molex connectors. I know it's kind of weird because it's really old school, but that's how it gets power to the board. It's weird. Just like that. And what I'm doing here is making sure all the GPU connectors are connected. My next step is to get the power button installed. That's good. So this right here is actually your power switch. This little 2-wire goes all the way over here down on your board. Now I'm going to upgrade, add more fans down the road. Better fans again are going to be installed. But that's a mining rig. So if we do the math, it's 30, let's say 31 per GPU. So 30, 60, 90, 120. 30, 60, 90, 120. So 240, and then we add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 248 hash rate on this one rig. This whole rig, again, the whole bottom piece, like the motherboard, CPU, RAM, power supplies, put me about 200 bucks. Okay? Now the video cards, again, if you hunt around, you're looking at about 500 a GPU. If you're lucky and you get them used, you can get these GPUs for like anywhere from, you know, $250 to $350 used. Go for it, man. Honestly, if you're gonna start your mining rig, this is probably the best option to start with. 1660 Supers, because they're extremely low wattage. That's the only reason why I'm recommending these, because there's such a low power hog. There's not much you need to start making money off of these GPUs. Now we're gonna get to the side where we have to make it work. All right, what's going on, Luis? So the next step is to pretty much power it on, but we gotta put it on my wall because it's extremely heavy. So next step is to put it on my wall. Or actually, I can put it on the ground. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put it on the ground. Mining is expensive if you don't know how to research it and do it right. But yeah, I agree. I'm just taking pictures of my rig that I just built. All right. No, I never heard of that one. Give me a second here, guys. I gotta get a piece of wood over here so I can put it on the ground. I got a messy floor, so I haven't cleaned over here in a minute. So we're gonna move the rig over here so you guys can see that. So we're gonna be going right there. Now this is a temporary location, by the way. But on the ground, believe it or not, it's probably the best place to put a mining rig because all your cold air is down here. Hot air goes up here, all the way up. Cold air sits on the ground. So you want all of that air to just get out of here and cycle around. So it's a good spot to put a rig. Is on the ground. If you have a concrete floor, do it. So we're gonna give it an Ethernet cable port because I already have this motherboard set up, so there's not much for me to do. But I'm gonna show you guys the next steps from here. So we're gonna kick on the power. So this right now, these kicked on right now because these aren't powering anything else but the fans and the GPUs. We're gonna kick up the main power. So you notice nothing else kicked on. Then we're gonna hit the power button. Now you'll see this fan just kicked on, and then these just kicked on. So now the rig is fully on and operational. So we're actually going to go into the OS now on my machine. I got a lot of stuff in the way, so bear with me, guys. Hopefully you guys can see my mess on my desk. But we're not looking at my desk. We're going to be looking at my monitor. Now this is going to be really hard to see, guys, so bear with me. So this machine, I think, is a Big Poppy. All right, Luis, I definitely want to look at it. So now this is my miner. Now, first things first, we want to make sure that all the video cards are being detected. Okay. Now, counting them right now, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're down one video card. One video card is not being detected. Now, that's kind of weird. So we got to figure that one out. Oh, wait. Something up. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, only 7 cards are working. And 3 out of 7 are having weird glitches already. So, interesting. Oh, no, there it goes. So we have 7 working, and when 1 isn't working. So, this is not a good sign at the start to begin with. But it's not a big deal. It's something we want to figure out. But I'm going to show you guys mining. So, one miner that we use is called MB Miner. Alright? I know, again, please bear with me. It's going to be hard to look at. Maybe if I can change the zoom, possibly. No, it won't let me change it. It's called MB Miner. It's a really, really good mining software. It's free. It's free to everybody. You have to learn how to write a script for it. It's super simple. Actually, not a script, a bat file. I use a website called unmineable.com. Alright, guys? Write that down. Unmineable.com. Let's see if I get my... Alright, well, this website's legit. Unmineable.com. Oh, come on. Oh, I spelled mine wrong. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see more. There we go. So this is the website I use. I get all my information that I need to mine. No, CPUs do not matter. Okay? They matter some. I say about 10 to 20%, but not by much. It's all GPU based. Okay? So what's really cool about Unmineable, you're going to go on to Start. Okay? And on Start, it's going to ask you to pick your coin. Alright, so all these coins right here are available for you to mine. Alright, guys? Okay, so these are all the different types of coins you can get into and mine with Unmineable. Now, what Unmineable does, it uses Ethereum, and then with Ethereum crypto, because you're literally mining Ethereum, just so you guys know. You're not mining this specific coin. Ethereum, it goes into Ethereum, Bitcoin, and then it converts it to whatever coin it wants. It buys. They buy the coin for you. There's only a 0.75% fee, which is phenomenal. Literally, yeah. It's phenomenal when you just need a very, very basic, like I said, you can get coins that are not normal, put it that way. What's really cool is that Unmineable is keeping up with the trends, because Ethereum is going to proof of stake, which means you're not going to be able to mine it with GPUs anymore, which is fine, because now they're turning to ERC, not ERC, I'm sorry, BEP20, and Polygon, they're going to be start moving a lot of these coins into that algorithm, which means you'll still be able to mine any coin that's available here, which is phenomenal. Okay, guys? So I mine a lot of these coins actually off the bat because it's easy. Again, easy to get a bunch of coins, save them, and then like make some money. You know, you'd be lucky if a lot of these coins go to a penny, $1, $2. You let them sit there and you just make your money, plain and simple. So let's assume we're gonna go and get a SHIB coin. All right. So here is SHIB. Now, depending on which algorithm or which pool you go into, it will pay out at whatever limit. So on this one, it won't let you take out any coins until you make 2 million SHIBs with Ethereum chain. But if you use the BSC chain, it will let you pay out at 500,000, which is phenomenal. If you have like a one video card miner, you know, it's up to you. You know, it just depends. So you pick your coin. So we're gonna go with Doge. Now down here, you'll see this right here, global server. This is the server that it will mine the coin. This is the pool. Okay. Now down here, you want to put your coin address. The coin that you're mining, the address of your wallet. So you need a wallet. We recommend using Coinbase or Crypto.com. Personally, I use Crypto.com. Phenomenal wallet system, and you get the ability to get a debit card if you want to. So you're going to do that, your address, and then down below here is the actual like address, and that's it. So really simple. So for example, this current rig, we done Doge. We done all the coins, but I'm not going to explain how Doge works. All right, that's something I would recommend you researching because Dogecoin is pretty neat and actually how it works. It uses a script technology, so there's a lot to explain. But the coin here, we're just picking SHIB for today. So for my current rig, what did we say it mines? 30, 60, 120, 240 hash rate. Or 248, yeah, that's what we said. So at 240 hash rate, I can make 580,000 coins a day. But my actual hash rate with all the GPUs I have combined is 630. So I mine 1.4 million coins a day using my current setup. My goal is to go to 1,000 hash rate, which will give me 2.3 million coins a day, which averages about $2,000 a month. It's insane. If again, knowing how to buy these things and how to do it is the way everything's going right now. So I'm giving you the heads up, all right? So that's done. Now you're gonna pick a miner. You'll see here, you have Phoenix Miner, LOL Miner, MB Miner, and T-Rex. Me doing lots and lots of research, I finally came to the conclusion that the best overall miner is NB Miner. Reason I say this is because they keep tons of updates. This miner is very up to date. Their version 3.95, and that was updated 27 days ago, which is insane for a miner. This miner also knows how to mess with current GPUs from NVIDIA, the 3 series, especially speaking about the 3 series. They have what they call an LHR mode, which pretty much tricks the video card for mining even more hash rate. It's insane. So I'm just giving you guys a heads up about that. It's a killer deal if you're willing to invest into it. The 3060 and the 3070 Ti's have an insane hash rate with this new technology, with this new miner. So you can make some serious dough very quick, just so you guys know. So I'm not going to walk you through too much of this portion. Once you figure all out your specific information, there's a little thing down here that gives you the entire batch file. and how to write it. It's extremely simple. It's a cut and paste, like literally cut and paste. The learning curve is extremely simple. I mean, you literally watch me build a miner from scratch. It took me literally an hour. I mean, it doesn't take very long to build a mining rig. The learning curve is learning how to do your addresses and using a miner. I did everything through YouTube. It literally took me, I think, 2 hours to understand it and do it. And I got it working in less than 2 hours. So once you have your miner and everything, it's free to download. You're not spending any money. You get these little files here. Okay, so I'll open these up so you guys can see them. These are all the files that are inside it. And what you do is you make something called a BAT file, a BAT file. When you open it, we're going to edit. And there's the script right here that we learned how to write and copy and paste. Again, this is it. This is everything we need to mine something. It's just this little code right here. It's not very much. So for right now, we're gonna mine something. Oh, maybe. Hold on, I gotta see if my video cards are all okay. So one of my video cards isn't working right now. So I'll be able to mine, but it won't work very well because one card is not working correctly. So right now, currently, I always adjust all my fan curves for all my video cards to run around 50%. So we're going to disable, turn off. They run at 50% at idle and then ramp up based on temperature. We're going to turn on fast timing. We're going to go about 6% up on the timing. And then we're going to drop about 90% on the GPU. And that should get me going. Save that profile. So this is one video card. We're gonna turn that down, and now I learned the secret of the 1660s Super, which my save file is here. Hey, where's my save file? Well, I'm about to look it up in a little bit. That sucks. I have a very specific save file for these. Just put these at 80. So we're going to run the miner really quick. So we're going to run, let's see, I'm mining vet coin right now. So right now it's going to run the algorithm. It's starting it. It's detecting all the GPUs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm missing 1. Now, I don't have written down my settings for the 1660 Super. I got to find that file because there's a very specific set of settings for the 1660 Super to get it to mine at 31 hash rate. But right now it's mining. It's literally started. It's already started. It's kicking everything on. Now you'll see here, it started. My 6600 XT is at 30, almost 32 hash. At 80 watts of power, which is insane. It's very, very little electricity it's using to give me a Graphic processing unit, GPU. So now all my GPUs are running at 20, which is 156 hash rate. That's not enough. I got to get them all the way up to 31, which is very simple. But I gotta look up the actual specifications for that. But that's it, guys. That is it. I am now mining. That's it. I'm literally making money now. That's simple. That pretty cool? I know there's a little bit more to it, but honestly, that's it. And you'll see here, my CPU's only got 4% usage. 9 to 4% tops. Starting the process puts it up at 24, but I'm at 9.4. Now, I'll give you my specifications on this machine, so you guys can see this. My CPU is an i5 7400, so 7th gen. 7th gen Intel i5 that I found in the trash. I kid you guys not. 16 gigs of RAM, and I have a 118 gig hard drive. That's it. That's all that's on this unit right now. There's not much. That's it. I know it's crazy, but it literally is it. Alright guys, I'm gonna call it a night. I gotta figure out what's going on with my other GPU not running. But that, again guys, that is it. That's the whole entire kit and caboodle. So I'm gonna shut that down. I'm gonna shut down my rig. And that's it. Yeah, that's enough to pretty much mine. There's not much needed. You're literally paying for GPUs. That's what you're paying for, is for that what's on the ground. That's the video cards is what is worth. That's what makes the money. Nothing else does. And the other stuff there is just for aesthetics. Alright guys, I'm gonna call it a night. Thanks for watching this live mining rig build. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys did too. Peace out and have a wonderful night. Now I gotta clean up my mess. Alright buddy, hit me up with that, man. Definitely. Oh, sneeze. Excuse me, stuff on the floor. Alright guys, have a good night.